Hey everybody, Chiron here, and welcome back to another episode of Banished. So we got, still got an infestation going out from the last episode. Hopefully that goes away pretty soon. Still late winter, so I'm not too worried about it. I'm hoping that goes away before spring so that we can get those fields up and running. Got a couple of suppliers here. I'm just going to leave that there for now. Trade post, nothing really all that great, so we'll get rid of you as well. Alright. So, what were we working on last episode? We were working on... nope, we're doing brick. We're doing brick now. We were working on our little fort area. We got our actually third little town here. Our second town is growing pretty good. Some housing going in, and yeah. So a couple of comments I want to address. First of which is the fact that I never put in watermelon when I got that seed. I'm not sure why. I thought I did, or I intended to, but it never actually made its way to the fields. So we'll get some watermelons in here. Replace some of these mushrooms. Actually, I'm going to kind of interlace these. And the other issue that I ran into was I moved all of our rye over to the plantations so they don't count as a food resource. So the problem with that is they can't actually eat the raw rye. It all has to be processed. So we'll throw a little bit of rye back onto our fields here. And it just gives them the ability to have a more balanced diet. So we'll do it that way. We'll have this rye still in reserve so that they can make it into bread and all that good stuff. So how's our rye doing? 1,500. All right. So we're good. We have a baker somewhere right here. So making... oh, no, we need this guy. So he's making rye from flour. Let's turn the flour into hardtack, and then we can use that hardtack eventually once our fort buildings are coming in. So we have 40 out of 100, so that one is halfway there. Industrial supplier on deck. Gold. Copper bronze, not really interested. Copper pipes, I suppose we could probably buy some copper pipes. How are we doing on copper pipes? Only 12. And they're pretty expensive, so 20 bucks a piece is not too shabby. Let's get up here. Alright, so we got copper pipes. It's 10 copper, 4 furnace fuel. Copper is 7 bucks a piece, and we're using $70 worth plus 4 furnace fuel to make copper pipes. So that's like a no-brainer. We're going to take pretty much all of those. So we'll do that, and we have $3 left for 3 sand. Alright, so how are we doing down here? So we have our distillery, so sugarcane, glassware, and furnace fuel. It's probably what we're going to do. We could do whiskey, but it's all really the same. So we'll do sugarcane because we have just an absolute ton of sugarcane. And we need glassware. Glassware 24. Don't have a whole lot of glassware. We haven't produced it in quite some time. I don't think. I think we're still producing glass. Yep. So let's I think what we're going to have to do is start producing some glassware at a new building. And why don't we put it right here? I think this is actually a really good area for that. How's our sand reserves? Sand, we got 1,000, but we might as well get more. We're actually going to need quite a bit. Alright, so you... We'll just kind of line this coast if we can. And it looks like we've got one little piece that's going to be a jerk. And that'll be fine. So we got 3 more. We can add in a couple more here if we really need them, but I think we should be able to keep up without any issue. Alright, so glassworks. We'll toss in right here. We can start make some glass bottles there. They will transport them down here, and then we can get working on these guys. Alright. And what else are we going to do? So we might as well get this cleared. We've got a couple homes in the area, so they hopefully won't have to walk too incredibly far. So we've got these guys, a student, quartermaster, and we got a couple builders here. That should hopefully work out. Builder, builder, laborers. Yeah, laborers, builders. We could probably drop this down now. Now that we don't have just an absolute ton of things that need to be built. Really, it's just a couple of homes and things like that, so. Alright. So, we've got our quartermaster in place. We've got our forward post almost finished. What is next on the build list? So, a couple things we need are the blockhouse and the work camp. We could probably do the uniform maker too while we're at it, just to get more full livery completed. Barracks, could probably do barracks, but it's not important. It's not a resource producing building. Alright, I guess we got quite a few roads that need to be put in place. It'll be a lot nicer once those are in place. Need one more building supply there, and we get our first large residence that we can turn into an estate. 121. We actually need another school coming up here. So let's put one of those in. And it's the one-room schoolhouse. Pop that in right there. And we may need an additional stockpile, because I don't think this one's going to be enough to clear all of that. So let's just put in kind of a massive stockpile over here as temporary. And then we can slowly clear it out later. Alright, material warehouses over here are good to go. Key barn is a little bit slow to produce. Alright, and then we need to start working on these distribution barns as well. Yeah. I would put one here, but we're going to end up putting homes in here. So it's not a big deal if we do have the key barn there. Could probably put one here though, but I plan on demolishing that at some point. Our bamboo farm is looking good. What are these guys doing? Ooh, that's not bad. 1,600. They're starting to pull their weight now. It makes such a difference when you have tooled and educated employees working those. Alright. Alright, so happiness is pretty darn good. It's about as high as you're going to get. It's really hard to get full 5 stars with, unless you have your town fully optimized and you have good distribution networks and stockpiles. And those are still going. I mean, how long ago was it 2 episodes ago that I started upgrading those, or was it last episode? I can't remember exactly. But it's been a while. Alright. Alright, got a couple traders here. Frisian cows we don't need. We need domestic cows, or domestic animals. That's what we're waiting for. Alright, copper pipes, we will hit you up on that offer. Don't need joist, we need some silver ore. And that is all. Trade. And then farm supplier. The only thing that we need from here really is... well, I guess we could start... We could start getting some extra seeds. Is there anything in particular that we still need yet? We need barley. We need corn, oats, onions, rock melon. We guess we don't really need it. It doesn't have a purpose. Sugar beets. Oh no, sugar beets are too low. Tomato and wheat. The sugar beets, like I said, we don't really need because we have sugar cane and sugar beets. There's not really any difference between them. They really just go for making sugar. And I guess you can eat them, but not a big deal. I think we'll grab the olives just to have them. Let's see. I need... It's gonna be 667, and then we'll do 6641. All right. So we've got olives now, so we can start making some. What does that make? Vegetable oil, I think. Let's check. Yep, vegetable oil. So we can use that as a refined resource, and we could potentially swap out our healing poultice. And I guess it doesn't matter. We don't have a use for bone meal and honey. And we do have demand for glassware. So I'll probably just leave that as is. How are we doing down here? All these are still gathering resources. This one, almost there. 4 more from the quartermaster. Alright. And this area really hasn't been touched. They cleared out, like, very, very little. Oops. Did not mean to do that. There we go. That's a little more like it. Alright. So hopefully our chickens will breed up for us so that we can continue to have feathers. How is our feather production? Let's see if we can move this back over. Feathers 200. Might as well. We'll see how many we can make before it fails us again. Those are all good. We should have furnishings. Fancy homewares. 100. We have homewares. 16. And building supplies. 0. Building supplies are definitely in demand. Glass, copper pipes, and stone. What was the other one? Brick, copper pipes, and logs. I think we're gonna have to switch back to bricks. 142. And we're gonna have to make a second brickworks. Yeah, I think that's gonna have to happen because copper pipes are just so expensive. They take so long to make. I think this place only makes like 12. Well, it makes 30 a year, so that's 15 building materials per year. I think it's probably easier to make 12 bricks than it is to make one copper pipe. Alright. Brickworks. So we'll stack it up right there next to our stack burner and our other brickworks, and then we should be good. Should be good. Alright, what are you out of? Glassware. Let's change this one over to glassware for now. What do we have more of? 6,000 coal. Yeah, we'll go with the coal. We just have so many things that are using our furnace fuel right now that it's probably a better option. All right. And how we doing? So we've got our glassworks in production here. We got our shore houses coming up. And this guy still needs 4 military supplies. Alright. I really want to get this area cleared out. So I think before I guess I could probably start working on it. It is here, isn't it? We need this one. So the key road. Yeah, we kind of got to get this cleared out so that we can actually build a road through without it glitching out on that stone. And our other task, oh yeah, we're not even close to having enough homes. So don't really want to pause production on that stuff. And let's get a couple more row houses in here. We're going to do the family homesteads. And conservatories. There we go. And then we need a road segment, and then we offset these just a little bit. Put in some more family homes here. There we go. So, get working on those guys. Same thing, silver and gold. Oops, gotta dismiss you first. Industrial supplier, more silver and gold, always appreciate it. And there we go. Alright, still good there. So yeah, I think it's AFK time, honestly. I don't usually like to AFK kind of between episodes, but we're at that point where we pretty much have to. Secure. Why? Oh, because this is 1 of 1. There we go. There we go. Alright, so we'll have our road coming in. I think we'll probably put another forward post in here. You guys, forward post. But the question is where? So we could put one in right at the opening of the river here, or we could put it up here. Yeah, it's not really gonna fit. We can put it there. Honestly, I'm gonna put it down here. So we'll do... Guessing it won't fit on this little peninsula deal. Right there. So get a second forward post in place, start working on those resources. Still 96. Alright. How are we doing down here? Alright, so we've got our rye and our watermelon. Those are all good to go. Got our orchards here. They're starting to produce, which is great. So we've got pears, grapes, pears and grapes. And these should start producing 40, 90, 7, 21, and 44 spirits. And it looks like our luxury goods are going up, which is excellent. Food. Food is going down. Food's something that we have to focus on. Alright, so let's get a couple more crop fields in place. Alright, we're going to do standard 30x4s all the way down. Alright, and what else can we do? So it looks like these are not able to keep up. How's our beef production? Beef, we have 400 beef. So let's get this working. Throw a person there. And then we should be good. Alright. So that should give us a little bit more. It doesn't give us a ton of extra food, but it'll give us enough food that should be able to sustain just a tiny bit more population. And at this point, this is that's kind of the main goal here, is every person that can pull their weight and produce enough materials for themselves really helps. Alright, so archers are good, those are good. We got these are all at max capacity. We've got dairies coming in. Let's see, key lockers, those are almost full. Those are all empty though, so we're fine there. And these things are still not torn down. But they are going to work on that, so that's definitely a good thing. Supplies are good. We have somebody that's going hungry, but he should have food as soon as he stops at one of those barns, hopefully. Bam, there we go. 20 people. Miners are out of work. This one will upgrade this bad boy. Get that working. We have plenty of metal. I think we have like tons of iron ore, like thousands of iron ore. 5,000 iron ore left. Yeah, we're fine in that department, even though that mine is down for a while. So our forward post is currently being built, which is great news. Industrial supplier. Not really anything I'm interested in. Farm supplier. I'll get rid of him for now. Really, the one thing I'm looking for right now is those domesticated animals. That would be a good addition to our little town here. Key barn is getting built. Good. Good, good, good. Alright, so I want to get rid of this. In all honesty, it doesn't produce. It's producing good amounts, but it's not anything special. Yeah, it's still producing pretty good. But I do want to move it. How's this one doing? So we've got our bamboo forester here. I suppose we could move it up in this area. Let's do that. We'll do a gatherer. I'm not too worried about kind of the placement of these. I just want maximum food production. Just so that we can get rid of these and start repurposing this area for bigger and better things. I think I'm going to take all of this garbage and get it kind of sectioned out down here, so it's a little bit nicer. Alright, so we need muskets, we need full library, and we need the military supplies. Yeah, it's somebody operating that. We should have all of those materials. I did overmake muskets a little bit for that purpose. We only had 38 though, so we're going to have to start actually producing muskets again. And muskets are at the blacksmith, I believe. Yep. And I'm pretty sure they can only be made at the large smithy. So why don't we get one of those in place then? Actually, let me just double check here. So you can do cannons at the foundry. It's not what we're looking for. Cannons. Cannons. Yep. We are going to have to do a good old-fashioned blacksmith. And it doesn't fit down here. Fantastic. It does fit here. So we'll do... Can we fit it up here somewhere? Guessing we can't. Yep. So we're gonna put it right here. All right. So we need blacksmith right there. Then that one will be our muskets, and then we should be good to go. So we'll get this one up and operational. Do I have one or two at these? 2, 1, 1. There we go. 1, 1. 10. All right. Good to go. Good to go. So now we're getting to that point where we're getting a lot more stable with our materials here, which is nice. We have quite a bit of freedom now that we can pretty much build whatever we want without having to worry about it. And I'm still wondering what we use rope for. And those guys, like, just, like, seriously, guys, I know you like being barns, but at the end of the day, you need to grow up. Like, you're 24 years old, you're still living with your moms in the basement. I mean, you got to get out there and you got to get a job. That's just all there is to it. So what we're gonna do, we're just gonna send some builders over, gonna give you a little bit of a makeover, and then you're gonna be valuable members of society. Like, that's just what needs to happen. So anyhow, aside from that, how are we doing here? A couple of bison, kumquats, pewterware, $15 a piece. That's probably a pretty good deal too. We might want to start getting into that. We have 1,000 pewterware. So, no, we are not going to get into that because it's not really worth it. Alright, perfect. It's got you clearing out. You're good. Town's building up. Lots of stuff to build. Let's bump up our builders once again, just so that we can get a lot of this stuff that's idle taken care of. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. And these guys still need to finish this. Because it's not a big deal. We have 61% over at the stockpile that they can use to kind of clear this out. But hopefully next episode this will be all cleared out and finished. We can start putting in a couple of roads, get some buildings in place, and all that good stuff. Gotta figure out what we want to do for fort walls, though. Don't think... Not sure what the difference is. Maybe they're a little bit shorter. Let's see. Nope. Same height. Allow seamless construction of three-way and four-way wall intersections. Oh, I see. So this is 1 square wide. This is 1.5 squares wide. So you can butt them up against buildings. That's what it does. All right, perfect. That will definitely come in handy. All right. A little bit more key road in there. And then, like I said, I'm going to kind of freehand this as much as I can. Last season, I went through and I kind of planned out how the town would look. But I think this season, I'm just going to do it on camera and see the thought process behind it and see what we can make out of it. Yeah, so got a lot of families coming in. It's a lot of families. And I really want to... I think we're just going to get more families than we could really build homes for. So I might just have to demolish these, send them over to the bed and breakfast and the barracks, and just call it a day. Because I really want to start repurposing that area as well. So once those are in place, we'll start working on this. And then we can put a bunch of homes in here. We can do all kinds of stuff to increase our sustainable population. One-room schoolhouse is almost done, so I'll be upgrading that to a farmer's college immediately as well. So 103 students. Students went down quite a bit. We had 160 students, so that means we had 160 children and 161 students. So our incoming child population is definitely dipping down due to lack of homes, which is not good. That is not good. We do have a huge population to sustain us, though, so not a big deal. So, all right. Well, I think we're gonna cut it there. Got a lot of the groundwork in place for next episode, which is great. I am going to AFK a little bit just to have some of this stuff finish out, get this all cleared. Not gonna actually do any work off camera, like any building or roads or planning or anything like that. Just basically alt-tab and go make a sandwich. So, got a large residence in place. We can do a manor, a mansion, and an estate. Probably just go right to the estate, which is nice because you don't have to like upgrade one after one after one after one, and it just takes forever. I'll just go right to estate. Material cost is negligible. It's from going, it's 3 and 2, 4 and 3, 5 and 4. So I mean, that's a no-brainer. All right, you're almost there. Hey, look, they got torn down. It's so nice. Look at it. It's glorious. It's glorious. All right. Sorry, I've just been waiting for those things to get torn down for so long. It's ridiculous. A couple more fields going in place too, so hopefully those will be cleared by next episode as well. But that is going to do it for this episode. I hope you all enjoyed. If you have any comments, questions, suggestions, please feel free to leave them in the comments below. I do enjoy reading everybody's thoughts on the series. And yeah, if there's anything you want to see, feel free to ask. I'll see if I can implement it. And we're probably gonna skip the nomads. 96 nomads. Man, that's a lot of nomads. But yeah, so that's gonna do it for this episode. Thanks for coming out, everybody, and see you next time.